Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this thing's working. Tonight we're going to talk about pyro gone wrong. I want to hear your best oh shit stories. Hey, what's happening, Pyro? How you been, man? I bet you have some stories on some things going wrong. I mean, I know crafting fireworks, you have to have some old shit moments from time to time. How's the sound, by the way? I haven't tried out this headset before. I go through a lot of headsets. Anybody home? Oh, wonder where everybody's at tonight. Oh, damn it. I go online and I start yawning. My channel's putting me to sleep. That's bad. Ah, could you not? Shit. Let's see. Hmm. Well, that sucks. Can you hear me now? I haven't used this headset, so it might be me. Test, 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 test. Yeah, it must just be YouTube. Hey, what's up, deleted? Can you hear me? All right, cool. All right. No, I was talking about what's your worst story about something going wrong? Like almost blowing your fingers off or something like that. I know I have so many. I have to think about it, but I think the worst I had was the discount cake that I bought when I was in Alabama off the discount shelf, and all 26 shots went off at the same time as soon as I touched the fuse. That's when I learned to not have any part of your body, over top of the cake that you're lighting. Luckily, I didn't catch too much of it, but I caught one in the chin. Left a bit of a bruise, broke the skin, didn't feel too great, but I got lucky on that. Yeah, as soon as I touched the fuse, the whole cake, just everything in it just went at once. It was instant. I guess from age, hell, I should have put it up as a collectible. But not me, I'm gonna light that sucker. What's happening, Burrow? The Pyro dude himself. Hope you've been well, my friend. How's the weather out west? Probably cold as hell, ain't it? Well, that's good, Pyro. I got some couple rolls of that pink fuse a few years back that was way too quick. Oh, damn, spring? Oh, no, not here. Here it's a mix of everything. We had, I don't know, one day last week that was 50 degrees, and then the next day it was below freezing, about 15 degrees. So it's quite a swing. Ah, good to be heard, man. Just figure I'd get on here and catch up with some of you guys. I guess the weather's always good where you're at out in California, huh? Yeah, yeah, I know, man. But this was a long, 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 long time ago. I was should have known better then, but back when I was a teenager, more or less. Sweetness. Oh, you can't beat that, man. Go out there and blow some. Well, usually lilies are the first thing that come up here. Go blow them up. Damn, 100 degrees already, huh? I was watching a chick's channel out. I'm not sure what part of Cali she's in, but they were at a carnival or something tonight. I'm like, that would be fun. Oh, dude, that last one you shot was insane. If you guys haven't seen that, you should go to Pyro Dude's channel and check out that tannerite explosion. That was freaking crazy. That crater was just, yeah, damn, pretty much made a swimming hole there. When that thing fills back up full of water, people are gonna be like, "What the hell made this hole in the water here?" Yes, probably the biggest pyro-related, I guess if you call that pyro-related crater I think I've seen. So yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I saw the video where they took out a barn with some shit like that. That was pretty crazy. Dude, I was watching the videos and there wasn't anybody at that thing wearing a mask at all. They were all maskless. All the people I've seen walking around and shit didn't they wasn't wearing one. People running the rides wasn't wearing them. Be expensive. Or are you getting it and mixing it up yourself? Seriously, man, I watched the whole carnival just good. I didn't see hardly anybody wearing a mask at all. I don't know what part of California they're in, but yeah. On a rocket tool. That's cool because I was just watching a video on 3D printing a rocket engine. Shit, what's it called? A cold rocket engine. It was shit originally an Anansi design where they mix hydrogen peroxide to a catalyst. And like that would be pretty cool. Make a chemical rocket. It's like potassium manganate and peroxide. It puts out a lot of thrust. Of course, it's corrode. Gustav A and Gustav B, but it puts out a lot of corrosive and heat. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. It just don't. I don't think it ever really did. Shit's just gonna have to run its course. It's something we're stuck with now. Unfortunately, it's just part of history. This shit happens like what every 100 so years. At least it's not the Black Death, or at least not yet, anyway. I mean, I'm not trying to belittle it because a lot of people have been lost family members and everything else to it, but there's really nothing a person could do at this point. But well, let it run its course. We're pretty much all along for the ride anyway. We try to limit our exposure and not be stupid about it, but you still got to live your life. Of course, here you don't really have too much of a problem with running into people unless you just go to the local store. And that's about the only interaction you're going to have. Yeah, but you can also accelerate your time and make poor decisions too. Not exactly all up to fate. I just want to go ride a roller coaster. I know that's something simple, but that's just what I wanted to enjoy. Is a normal day at a theme park. That's my happy place. But everything's been all jacked up since all this shit started. I'm going to go ride a roller coaster in a third world country, and that should bring some of the terror back to the ride. Oh shit. It's still crazy with the ammunition, but it's because of all these people making a business out of it, man. I shit you not. I didn't have any cash, or I would have bought it. You know, I'd have tried to hook you up with some too. There was a dude selling some AK ammo, 7.62 by 39 by the case here. Pretty. I think he wanted what? How much did that dude want for that ammo, old man? He wanted 240 a case, which is a good price these days. I think it there are 500 rounds. Well, I guess that's an okay price. I used to get 1,000 for friggin' $99, but that's been a long time ago. Oh yeah, man, shit can happen at any given time. That's why you gotta live your life, or at least try to. Of course, I say that while I've been sitting on my ass for literally months on end, So I don't know. I didn't have the cash, man, or I would have bought some. I've still got a couple of my 7.62 by 39 SKSs. I'm keeping the bullpup, and then I have the collapsible stock one with the longer barrel. I can't remember what that's called, but it's like a sniper variant of an SKS. It must be pretty rare because I haven't really seen another one other than online. I enjoy it. I love to go out and shoot target practice for the day, but these days when you're sending so much money downrange, it's hard to do. And it's just kind of like me wanting to ride a roller coaster, man. You find what makes you happy in life and you go for it, as long as you're not harming anybody else to do it. It's like me, I like to mess around with my electronics, toke a bow, and I don't bother nobody. I don't want to be bothered by nobody. Simple. Yeah, it is. Of course, I got rid of most of my stuff to get ready for my upcoming trip, which will probably not be until June because that's the next decent window for flight prices I could find. I've got it on an installment plan, but still, right now they want 3 to 4 times what a ticket normally costs. There's just no way. Still working on that old Ford. Damn, that is crazy, dude. Here we don't have anything like that. Oh shit, that new one that you bought, what was that? An Explorer or Expedition or shit? I remember you got a new SUV like looking thing. I remember it was white. Yeah, I think it was white. Man, I do not like Ford's new shit at all. I just do not. Damn. I can't believe them square body Chevrolet trucks are actually worth money now. I never did like those trucks. I mean, I like the engine in them because you can't really go wrong with the 350, but I never cared for the design or the interior or anything like that growing up. Yeah, man. And the thing is about it though, deleted, if it made any difference, I would be all for it, but it doesn't. It hasn't. Look at all the strict regulations that California has with all that shit. And has it helped their numbers of the virus? No. It's been about the same as everywhere else, up and down. Being that strict with everything is just it's just not, if it doesn't do any good, there's no point in doing it. Oh yeah, any of that old stuff, man. I never cared much for Ford's engines, but their bodies on their old trucks and shit like that, they lasted forever. Chevrolet would then be rusted to the ground, completely gone, and Ford would still look like brand new. What's up, Snake Eater? Ohio Pyro. Oh, that can be a difficult niche. I bought Pyro in Ohio and the prices sucked. Of course, back in the day, I used to buy from Phantom, and anywhere you buy from Phantom, that was going to cost you. But when I started doing a 4th of July show, it was just stopping by the different firework places I'd found along the way to the amusement park on vacation in the summer. I'd have to stop. Ended up buying more and more each year, become more and more people, and then it just evolved into what we do today. Yeah, no doubt. There used to be some little bitty, well, I don't know if you call them mom and pop operations, but like wholesaler kind of outlet places in Ohio. Little teeny tiny little places. I can't remember their names now, but you could go through them guys and get some good deals back in the day. But I think they've been boarded up for a long time. That's right. You're up in Ohio now. You're not too far from Kings Island, where I want to go. I'd go up there just to ride Mystic Timbers again. I love that roller coaster. It's a really sweet wooden coaster that just, I don't know, it's just perfect. Dude, I quit even looking. I mean, right now, in my opinion, the prices have just been like sucker prices for shit. I'm just not doing it. Nope. About an hour. That's still close by my standards. It takes me about 5.5 hours to get there. Oh shit, dude. I ate two cookies and I took a nap. So four, yeah, I'd say. um, you never know, right? Good grief, $200 for a box of X Cows is just wrong. Hey, what's happening, Georgia? No doubt, man. Ooh, I bet that shit's strong too. But cheers, my brother. That's not a bad idea. I don't have any cookies, but I'll join you in the other ways. Yeah, man. Hey, I got a pyro. I want you guys to check out if you can. Check out pyro. Shit. God, I can't even remember his name. Halo Radiance. He's got a pretty good firework channel where he does demos and stuff. Told him I'd try to send some people his way. He's pretty cool, dude. Tell him Hillbilly sent you. He came up on the New Year's Eve and brought a bunch of pyro with him and lit his stuff. He said he didn't have any place to shoot, so I'm like, come on up, man. I enjoy fireworks anytime. So he brought up some pretty good stuff. We shot some pyro. I was just gonna go and light a few things, a few boomers and some firecrackers and whatnot. Cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to do some kind of a shout out video for him, but I don't really have that big of a channel anymore, so I figured I'd at least try to put the word out a little. He was nice enough to bring his pyro up and light it with me, so that was cool. Whew, that's something I can't do, man. The beer is just no. I'd end up going on a friggin' rampage if I started drinking. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Last time I was buying wholesale, it was like I think 180 for a case of X cows, and that was the 6 box case. Of course, I haven't bought in a few years, obviously. Dude, I seen part of it, I believe. Your stuff's always pretty good, man. You prepare for that stuff for a long time. Shit. I know you got something real close by, Georgia. That or you've had a change of heart. Yeah, that's what the price on X cows was last time I bought wholesale. Pyro demons and stuff like that I went with, they were one 130 a case. I think I got jawbreakers for 132. Uh, shit, Pyro Nation hooked me up with a deal on that. Oh shit, that'll be fun. $100 is a bit rough, but well, 10, that's not bad. Shit, I'd pay that. I thought you said $100 for three there for a second. I was like, damn, but 10, that's not too bad. I just don't think I have the patience for it. I really don't. I'm too messy with trying to do arts and crafts, so it just wouldn't work for me. I'm not good with small parts. Oh, that's right. You're all up in the digging up all them glass and stuff. What is with the the marbles in the paint cans. I mean, why is that a thing? I was wondering about that. Hey, what's up, Luke? How you been, man? Luke Lumitari is the one that I got the black backfire rack from. He made me. It was pretty sweet. I still use that rack. It's had more cans shot out of it than I could count, man. Hundreds, if not thousands. Damn. I have never had anything like that. Nothing of that size, but I'd like to. Have you ever seen that kind of glass that they get? Well, I guess it's a byproduct or something from Union Carbide. It's like this really blue kind of almost looks like Coca Cola glass. Sometimes you can get it in these big giant globs. You just got in from seeing Tool, the band Tool. I don't really know what it's called, Pyro L. It's just some kind of a slag glass from Union Carbide that people get around here from time to time that I've seen, and big, gigantic, molten looking hunks. Oh, shit. I haven't heard them in a long time. Trying to think about what they have that's good that I remember. I know I've heard of the band, but oh, shit. I don't listen to much to it. Apparently, if you just got back from seeing them. Oh, shit. That's cool, man. No, it's not obsidian. It looks like green Coca-Cola glass, like the color green of the old insulators and whatnot, but in gigantic slabs. I don't know what this shit's called. You know what it's called, old man? Gala. That's what it's called. My old man says it's called Gala. Hmm. Yeah, there was a guy making arrowheads out of it for a while. It's like obsidian, but it's blue. I've been meaning to take some photos and stuff and compare some of my arrowhead collection with what Pyro Dude finds out west out there. A lot of them looks like they're made by the same people for real. Yeah, it's kind of like what I'm talking about here, but I don't know if it's from a glass factory. I think it was from a chemical plant. I don't know, some kind of a byproduct. Not too clear about the origins, but glass related, so I thought I'd bring it up. I have an old dump from the 19th, well, probably from the like 1920s, 1910s, something like that. Here that just washes out of the creek. You find old bottles and stuff that comes out all the time. It's probably on the hillside, and since then it's collapsed into the creek or something or other. I don't know. But you see it when it erodes up. You heard of the Big Bend Tunnel and the story of John Henry, and the steam engine and all that other shit. Oh, that was excuse me. Damn. Well, that tunnel is here, right? Where the John Henry Legend and all that crap come from. And the bunkhouses, the people that worked on it, the workers and stuff, was here on this property. My brothers went over with metal detectors and stuff, but where those bunkhouses was is also where I used to park my cars and stuff because it was level. And I've done a lot of, mechanic work, and most of what he finds is nuts, screws, and sockets and whatnot. I'm thinking about buying a metal detector and getting into that. I might metal detect some old World War II sites and stuff over on the islands when I finally get over there as a way to, get out and get some sun and shit. 'Cause part of the reason I'm going there is for my health. Sunlight and warm weather will help me out considerably. Psoriatic arthritis and stuff like that. Sunlight's beneficial to it. Doctor told me I could go somewhere tropical or get a tanning bed. And I don't really want to lay in a tanning bed, so that's pretty much here, man. We had them floods. Well, I had a video of that last flood that we had up, and it was washing things out of the mountains and stuff that, good God, who knows where they came from. Yeah, man, June 16th. That's when I'll be taking out. So I still have a little while left to save up some more money because that's what I'm concerned with most is, having enough money when I'm there. Because you do not want to run out of money when you're there. Damn, you must have had a hell of a grower, bro. I couldn't afford all those lights. But the weather and shit like that will do me a lot of good because winter here's just gotten too painful. Can't honestly say Georgia. I'm gonna have to get over there and get a feel for the place if I like it or not. I mean, it's got such a good cost of living that your money goes a lot farther, but there's also a lot of things you have to learn to put up with to live there. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I have to get over there and find out. I've already got a pyro connection though that can get some really nice stuff, some Euro like type items in the Philippines. So that'll be good. I plan on letting off some pyro on the beaches and stuff and taping it, or not taping it, but videoing it. As a foreigner, that's one thing you do not discuss is the government there. It's just, they're good to foreigners. So that's pretty much all I need to know. More or less. I mean, there's some laws that they put on us that don't make any sense, but for the most part, they're pretty favorable to Americans anyway. I mean, it's not like, communist China or anything like that. They've got a democracy and whatnot, so you don't have to put up with any of that craziness. Of course, that's not far away. You're only like, I think from the northern part of Leyte to China is like 90 miles across the water. Hey, what's up, Northwest? How's it going, man? Yeah, he threw him right out of a fucking helicopter like something off an old 80s action movie, man. They do not play around with drugs there. It could be a dangerous fucking place, man. The girl I'm talking to, right? Her brother, she's got like seven friggin' sisters, but her brother in law went to the capital there in Manila to work, and he wasn't gone for very long at all. And they got a call that he was dead. Oh, good night there, Snake Eater. Nice for visiting, dude. But the family got a call that he had died from dehydration, and that's all they said. That his body was completely dry, and he crumped over, throwing up, and all this other shit. And this is a young man. He's only like 23, 24 years old. And somebody had gave him a poisoned Mountain Dew, apparently, and his body was cremated in a matter of days and sent home. I mean, to me, he was either, I don't know, something about that whole story just don't make a lot of sense. He must have been wrapped up in something he shouldn't have been, or seen something he shouldn't have seen. I don't know. Well, there in the Philippines, the drug dealers and stuff. Well, I guess what they say anyway. I don't know shit, but what they say is the people that sell the drugs and make the drugs and stuff like that are the guerrilla population that fights against the government, and they use the proceeds to buy weapons. So, and they do a lot of terrorist type shit in certain places of the Philippines. So that's why the drug laws are so strict, or at least that's what they say. But she also told me that they grow ginseng there at her house, and they also have a hemp field. So, little hemp field, a little bit of something, something maybe in there. Yeah, I've seen the effect of drugs up close and personal in my own family, and it just, oh damn. What gets me is I don't understand what people get started on that shit. It's like, yeah, heroin that worked out well for everybody that's ever tried it. I got to get me some of that. I mean, from the start. I mean, why would you do it? Shrooms is something I've never done because I just cannot stand the fucking mushrooms. It's just the thought of eating a fungus just does not appeal to me. And from what I've heard about shrooms, just being messed up for that long of a period of time, I do not think I would enjoy. Well, pretty much both of them will kill you, George. If you let them, I mean, both of them will kill you. The prescriptions and the street drugs are about as bad. That's crazy, man. Shrooms are legal there. Damn. I mean, if I had a place that was, certified that I knew it was safe and I knew what they were and whatnot, like if you could get shrooms from a dispensary, now that I might try. But anything else, like some dude just gives you, I'd be like, fuck no. I've seen studies and stuff about how it's helped some people, mostly with different mental conditions and stuff that I've seen. and some end of life treatment and shit like that for people to accept death. I have seen like mushrooms used for treatment for shit like that. Cocaine is like what I think they still use it for this today, like an eye anesthetic for numbing your eye for surgery and shit. Oh, dude, I used to watch a fucking camera there in Oregon of an underpass where the druggies and stuff like that hung out. And it was a horrible thing to watch, but I started getting fascinated with the subculture. I was like, it had its own little structure like an ant hive. I was like watching how this shit operates. I'm like, this is horrible, but it's also kind of fascinating at the same time. You had your pimp that would show up every now and then with some strung out looking whores, and you'd have the different deals that would go down, and they knew where the camera was. They're always hunched down behind this trash can doing their deals and whatnot. About once a month, the city comes through there and makes them move all their shit and sprays the place out and cleans it up, and then they just come right back. Zoop. I'm like, that is just crazy. These people live like this all year round. I'm like, God damn, that would be rough. They have their own little society going. It's a fucked up society, but society nonetheless. Well, I've got some chronic pain issues and shit with the psoriatic arthritis that I have. And I was one that would think, I like weed, but I didn't think it really helped for pain because it never really helped me for pain. It helped give you a mental escape for a little bit and take your mind off of it for a while, which is useful, when you have chronic pain. But as far as helping the pain, it never really seemed like that until I tried like a high dose edible. And then that I got the same effect from that as I would from taking a couple pain pills, except it didn't make me feel sick and it lasted longer. Mind your own business, live your own life. What do you mean, man? Oh, I've seen the type of life that those people that take that road live, and damn, yeah, they pay for what they do. Good Lord, I wouldn't want to live that life. I didn't, like I said, up to that point, I didn't think that weed really help for pain, but I guess when it gets concentrated enough, it does. It's a shitty choice though for a lot of people because I've seen so many people go down that road, and it seems like the stuff almost has a script. It's like they do similar shit every single time as they spiral down the drain further and further. It's like so many things they have in common. I've seen it with like I said, a lot of family members. It's not pretty. If it only affected their life, I'd say so. But unfortunately, when people are addicted, it usually affects everybody around them like a cancer. Eventually, it just gets. Do I drink? No, I don't drink. Drink Mountain Dew. Georgia, you're right about that. That's my kryptonite right there in a nutshell. That's cost me more than anything I've ever done as far as drugs go. Yeah. To each their own, man. I say, it's your life, live it. My problem with the druggies and stuff like that is stealing and robbing your shit, more or less. It's how their lifestyle affects me. Now, see, that's a problem. I don't give a shit what they do, but when they're breaking into my house to do it, I got a problem with that. Yes, I drink a ridiculous amount of Mountain Dew. I do. I've had my house broke into, and I've had thousands and thousands of dollars stolen from druggies that were my own family members. And I've had my show car, broken into, and that just literally made me cry. As a grown man, it made me cry. You still got that little psycho cat? A lot of it's God does here, because I know. Oh shit! I was on the news talking about this once. I got interviewed by a news station talking about drugs, and here in the mountains of West Virginia, there's not a lot of opportunity. There's more now than there used to be, so I will give it that. But with the internet and all that, but drugs are just really bad here because there's nothing else to do. People turn to drugs usually from boredom and then the shittiness of their lives and whatnot, and it gets out of control. And it usually puts them in the ground. I was a little bit more articulative about it on the news, but yeah, more or less that was the gist of it. If they had more here, more activities, more shit for people to do, I don't know, something to keep people occupied other than turning to stuff like that. Oh God, Millie Yellow's some nasty shit, man. I hate that when you go to a restaurant and you ask for a Mountain Dew and they'll be like, Millie Yellow okay? They're like, hell no, it ain't okay. Fuck that. You should see the look on a girl's face when you say that shit. Sometimes it's just fun to fuck with random people. God damn, man. That's one thing nice about living here, dude. There is nothing like that. I mean, you just don't have to deal with other people living here. Although we've had some strange activity that's went down here, and I can't figure it out. Excuse me. We had some people come halfway up the driveway, and they got to the point to where they could see like the driveway sensor or maybe the camera, and they stopped. And then they backed down the driveway, which is really, really steep, high speed, and they left. And we didn't see this all until later on security cameras, right? But then they came back and they parked in front of where the camera's at and the sensor, and they went and got the guy and a woman got out of their truck, went around the camera and sensor and up the mountain. Like, I don't know why anybody would go up this fucking mountain, right? It's pretty steep up into the woods on a deer trail. They were gone for like 20 minutes and then they came back and they took off and left. I'm like, what the hell is this? These same people have showed up like 2 or 3 times and we can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. I think we might have somebody living on the property in the woods or something. I don't know. VR life. What's up, Elise? I think that's Elise. Oh, Surge. You can still find that stuff around here in the gas stations and whatnot, like the old. Good Lord, there's some little country stores here that's probably got Crystal Pepsi from original stock. Yeah, I can't figure out what they're doing. Next time they come back, I'm gonna go out with the fucking. I'm gonna fire a few rounds in that direction. Not at them, but we'll make sure they see that the land is posted and whatnot, but they haven't been paying any attention to it. They saw the cameras too, and then they tried to go around them. What they're doing is what I'm curious about. And, they know they're not supposed to be on their property, so that's disrespect right there. Indeed, man. I want to go down next time I'm there. I think I got somebody living up in the woods. Is what I think up on top of the mountain. Because there's been a few times a car showed up at the bottom of my driveway and they're laying on the friggin' horn. And when you finally make it out to the end of the plateau to be able to look down there and see the car and yell at them like, "Hey, what do you want? Who are you?" They take off and they leave. And I think they're trying to signal somebody that's up on the top of the mountain there somewhere. I'm not gonna have no fucking homeless living on my property. Hell, if they come to me and ask if they could set up a camp in the woods, I'd be like, I'd think about it. Probably be like, yeah, if you have to, be reasonable, but to trespass and all that other shit, fuck you. No. I shot most of what I had left for New Year's Eve, man. I've got a couple boomers that I've kept, but I'm out of salute rockets at the moment. I haven't been spending on pyro or I've been saving for going on my eventual trip overseas. I want to make sure that I have enough to cover emergencies if one were to come up. I want to be able to get the hell out of there at any given time. I'm just a cautious person. I always like to have a backup plan, and in a place like that, money is the backup plan. And as we all know, as pyros, you can't save no money and buy no fireworks. It ain't gonna work. Man, you talked about that last time I talked to you, Pyro. I have still never seen that. I have not, and I love sour apples, so I've kept an eye out for it. Man, you have to at them prices. It gets to a point to where it's just like, yeah, man, I'd love to have it, but I'm not paying that for it. No. Only available at Kroger. See, we have a Kroger here. That's the only. Well, no, we have a little grocery store called a Save a Lot. It's got a lot of weird off brands and shit in it. But other than that, the only thing we have in this town is a Kroger. I tried that damn, oh god, that gingerbread Mountain Dew. I can taste the shit just thinking about it. Oh my god. That I did not care for. Well, yeah, there you go, man. Guns, is always a good investment. I guess it's an acquired taste, bro, but I could not deal with it. I did not like it at all. Oh shit, the Surge, like the Mountain Dew energy drink. I've tried that. It tastes like battery acid to me, man. I never got any kind of effect from a energy drink anyway. I just don't drink them. I think they taste bad. Plus, I never really got any benefit from it. I drank a 6 pack of 5-hour energy one time before I went into the amusement park. I wanted to be hyped up, so I downed a 6 pack of 5-hour energy, smoked a big ass blunt, and I went and got in line for that shit. All I felt was sick. I was like, "Oh man, this ain't gonna work." Oh god, yeah, buy a shotgun. I'll take one of them M4s. I wish I could say that, Pyro, dude. I drink a ridiculous amount of soda. I really need to stop. It's not good for my health. Probably why I keep gaining weight drinking soda. I drink Mountain Dew like shit. Pretty much, it took the place of water for me. All right, damn it. I got this cat on my shoulder now. This big fat black Burmese kitty. She wants attention, so she reaches out and grabs my shoulder. Oh, that's cool. That's always good. Oh, dude, a Sega 12. Ah, yes. Of course, I want a real Sega 12s, but some of those, shit, I can't remember what it's called, but they have what they call an affordable one. Uh, can't remember who makes it, but it seems to work all right. I've seen a few demos of it, and it feeds and everything properly, and it looks like a Sega, but it's an off-brand. What's up, Jameson? How you doing? uh, you know, I just had to move mine from my neck to my chair over here because she's too fat to be on my neck. My brother's got two black Burmese kitties, and they're gigantic. They're overweight. They've got like a belly on top of their belly. They're so fat, and they're just really sweet cats. They're smart too. I don't know if you've ever had a Burmese cat, but they're kind of like a dog. They're really loyal, and you can actually train them pretty easy too. They're different to most cats. It might be what I'm thinking about, Georgia. It was like a $700 version of the Sega, which back when I was interested, they were $800 for a real Sega, but now I think they're north of a couple grand for a real one. But I think you can get that. I think it was like $700. Check out it's either Kentucky Ballistics or Demolition Ranch on YouTube. Or it might be the AK guy. I'm not sure. One of those three guys done a demo on it and talked all about it. He also used it to shoot a 50 cal shell out of, which it worked, but not that great. I've got my little cootie coon cat, but she's laying over there on the table in her box. She's got this little bitty food tray box that I got the other day when I bought some hot dogs, and she's been laying in it ever since. It's been like a prized area for her, so I've let her keep the little box. Dude, that was crazy. Oh shit. Yeah, that was crazy seeing that 50 cal blow up in his face like that. Did you see his latest video where he replicated it? He blew up another Cebu 50. Yeah, they can still be found though, but they're more expensive. Yeah, if his dad hadn't been with him, they said he would have died, or he said he would have died. Yeah, we're all watching the same shit. That's a funny coincidence, huh? I like Sky. He's not as corny as Demolition Ranch, but Demolition Ranch is cool too. But some of the shit he does is just like, God damn, really? Are you serious, man? I mean, apparently he knows what he's doing. He's got millions of subs and whatnot. So who am I to say? I don't like the whole gold gun thing. I know that. Oh shit, dude. We're talking about gun channels on YouTube, more or less. I like watching him when he's fighting the T Rex and shit. I thought that was funny. Always beating the hell out of the T Rex or trying to get him and shit. Now that I thought was cool. And the gun genie, that was funny. Just something about seeing a dude that size out there being silly like that. He really fucked up that PT Cruiser that he had. I like PT Cruisers because nobody else likes them. Plus, I got used to working on one. Once you get used to, taking one apart and all their different flaws and whatnot, they're not a bad vehicle. That you can get them for practically nothing. Some people will literally give you a PT Cruiser, and I like that. I don't know anybody that does like eggplant. Do you? Yeah, FPR Rush. I wanted to build that drone that he had. That was like, oh my god, that fucker was so awesome. He had one of them short barrel AKs like what you got, Pyro dude, mounted on a fucking drone, and then it could also self destruct, which was badass. I was like, oh my god, that is cool. Yeah, he got in trouble for shit originally for fucking weed, man. That's what got him busted. From there, they went into his guns and all that shit, and it just got worse. No doubt. Oh shit! I like shooting paint cans and stuff. I've done a lot of that. Paper targets mostly, or whatever trash you can find laying around, depending on where you're shooting. We just have a place here out in the back side of the yard here, like we're a little range set up. We hang our targets, but there's nobody around for miles, and it's all fenced off, posted property. So fuck it, you can't go anywhere but into the mountainside anyway. I remember where I grew up in a town called Beaver, of all places. Now we would shoot, and we had our own range and stuff back behind the house the same way, and we never had a problem for like most of my life. But once the area started growing up around it, even though there wasn't nobody even within visual range of the shooting range. But every time we would shoot, the law would end up showing up because somebody would call them because of the gunshots. And it's like we knew right then we had to get farther out in the country. I want to clean this vent. This thing got all kinds of dust in it. Can't keep dust out of a freaking computer. It's got 100 fans on it. Not in this house anyway. We got too many pets. I've seen fur literally go by like a freaking tumbleweed in here before. Pomeranians, when they shed, it's like they just lose their entire freaking coat sometimes. Thanks, dude. I'm actually going to take this one with me. I'm going to disassemble it and I'm going to take a bunch of parts with me. Like one entire, I'm taking two big luggage bags with me, and one of them's going to be completely computer and different parts. Right now, man, I have got one pet pretty much, and that's my dad's Australian Shepherd dog because she has decided that I'm her buddy and she don't let nothing else near me. If she sees me petting a cat, she comes over there and replaces her head where the cat's head was. And that's just how it is. That dog's always about 2 inches off my corner. I wouldn't build one from Micro Center or any place like that, dude. I'd just do my research and order the parts yourself from the best prices you can find and build it that way. It's not hard. There's some basic knowledge that you need, but it's nothing difficult. It's pretty much like adult Legos. The only difference is in the style of how you want to set shit up, more or less. 12 kitties? Damn. I think there's 18 kitties here total. I think that's how many. Yeah, I've heard Newegg these days is not worth a shit. Back in the day, I got a lot of stuff from Newegg, and I never had any problems. Always quality stuff. They were always easy to work with, from my experience. Newegg, Tiger Direct. That was more of a Chinese-ish kind of place, but they still have good prices and whatnot on some computer parts. I try to go with Japanese components when possible, or American, but Japanese stuff is a lot better made than Chinese stuff as far as their capacitors and a lot of their circuits and whatnot. Unless you get it from Taiwan, but Taiwan is not part of China. They hate when you say that. Japanese fireworks are a thing of beauty from what I've seen. I mean, they go into some really artistic detail of making that shit. I've seen some stink about Newegg talking, somebody talking shit, or several people actually, but I never really clicked and watched it. I want to go to Japan. I've always wanted to go to their amusement park, and I thought going to the Forest of the Dead might be cool, and a few other things. Well, plus, the Asian chicks and whatnot. But now, where they have like the World Pyro competitions at in Japan there in October, I wanted to go see that, where the best in the world and shit compete. crazy amounts of money going up in the sky. Originally, my flight was going to land in Japan for like 13 hours. There's like a layover there in Tokyo. Wonder how that works. If you don't have a visa for the country, I mean, you probably can't really leave the airport, could you? I don't know. Like, if I had a 13-hour layover, I'd have time to go do a few things in Tokyo that would be cool if you're allowed to go. I'm not sure how that works because you wouldn't necessarily have a visa for that country unless they issued you one when you enter. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. It'll be a new experience for me traveling overseas, but I am going to go live. And if you guys want to experience it with me, y'all can, because I'm going to have the internet all the way across the ocean. Of course, I'm probably going to take like a handful of Valium before I get on this plane. But I have no idea how I'm going to go that long without a cigarette. That's going to drive me insane. I need to quit smoking. I know. And if green was legal here, I could. I really could. But I still smoke, and that's going to be hard not having a cigarette that far. I guess maybe I'll try some nicotine gum or some shit. I just hope they don't set me next to like some fat guy that snores or a baby or some shit. Of course, I have my headphones and stuff, so it'll be all right. They opened the borders on the 10th. Out of nowhere, they just decided, okay, we're going to allow travel now. So that's a thing. And I'm like, shit. I started checking prices on flights and what cost $1,100. Last year cost like 3 grand, 4 grand. I'm like, oh shit. And it's like all the way till June until I can get one that's actually affordable. And by stretching it all the way to June, I got like the ticket for like $770 which is not bad at all. That's with 2 check bags and a carry on, so that's cool. No, I don't mean cigarettes are banned in the country. I just mean I can't smoke on the airplane, and that's like a 2-day trip. It's gonna suck. Not to mention, I'm not too thrilled about being in a fucking airplane at 30,000 friggin' feet and something that's who knows how old, who knows how skilled the pilot is. I've watched all those friggin' disaster pilot error and all that other shit. I've watched that stuff for years, and that's all that I'm going to be thinking about when I'm on that plane is like, oh shit, I shouldn't have watched all that stuff. I don't mind it in a small plane, or if I have some control over it, maybe, but those large planes, anything goes wrong, you're screwed. I mean, I like roller coasters and shit like that, but 30,000 feet's a completely different thing. You're going to die before you even hit the fucking ground. And that's not if you don't get blown all to shit. It's just so dangerous up there. And most of the time, these disasters that I see with these airplanes is because the people that are flying them don't know how to fly them anymore. Planes are so automated that they rarely have to be a pilot. I mean, they literally, you take off. Some of them even have auto land now where the plane lands itself. So you're literally flying the plane for 10 minutes, maybe, as a pilot, and then the rest of it's computerized. So these people literally forget how to fly. So when the need arises, shit goes south quick. Oh, I know the statistics and whatnot, or I wouldn't get on it, but still, it's going to be in the back of my mind the whole time. Ah, and those are cool, man. My house that I grew up in the town I was talking about, Beaver, is right below an airport. So I was used to seeing all kinds of different planes, especially in the summer when we'd have the air show that would come. There'd be a lot of the old warbirds, and hell, they even brought one of the wobbling goblins, stealth fighters, up and had a display on it. I'd always know that they were getting ready for the air show by the Blue Angels that would screech over my house, but mostly the C-130 that would be so low you could see the pilots and whatnot when they were going over my house. The route that they would take just took them like right over my yard for some reason. Those would be cool, but I really don't like a tail dragger because it just, eh, landing and taking off with the tail dragger. I'd rather have something that was more level. I don't see why they don't make giant fucking drones and stuff like the ones that I fly and with my remote control. As stable as they are, they'd make a hell of a nice weapons platform. You could have like 20 Marines on top of one of them sons of bitches. You could lay waste to a battlefield. How come we ain't got shit like that? I know that they could build it. Back in the day, you could get plane and helicopter kits and stuff like in the 70s and the 80s and stuff. I know that was a big thing, but some of them, well, a lot of them powered by Volkswagen engines. But I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. I mean, I'm sure they make them. They're just probably god awfully expensive. I'd say the kits and to meet modern regulations and stuff would be in the, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know to build like a simple legal helicopter, I mean like bargain basement cheap fucking little helicopter, it's still, a couple hundred grand. That is crazy, man. Them big old engines. That is something that was the experience, but I don't really know what I would like to fly. Probably a little Cessna, little double engine. I don't really care much for the single engine idea. I'd like to have two. I can see myself flying something like that, but it don't make any sense to fly. As expensive as it is to maintain and keep your plane legal, it is just a crazy amount of money. I mean, you have to be pretty wealthy to even consider having a plane. Just the legal upkeep and shit that you have to keep to meet regulations costs, you know, You might have to get your engine and shit you run out of hours and have to get a new engine and the whole thing get reflight certified and spend 30 or 40 grand, if not more. It's just a rich man's hobby. Unless you got a job flying for somebody else. Cootie coon. Yeah, she must have heard me talking about her. She just jumped up in my lap. Tell you what, this little Norwegian forest cutie, she got the sharpest damn claws of any cat I've ever seen. She's not very big, but them paws of hers are made to walk on the snow, and they are gigantic. Ah, shit. What was that? Like the one that killed John Lennon? No, that was somebody shot him. Hell, Buddy Holly or one of them went down in a plane. I don't remember. It was before my time. Had a bonanza. I had a next door neighbor that used to have one of the kit helicopters, and the only thing I remember from it was when he landed. We had a place that we called the bank, and it was just like this gigantic construction site where they had piled a bunch of field dirt for like a mountain size. And it was flat on top. This dude come in to land on top of that, and us kids were there, and the amount of rocks and dust and shit that it threw up at us is that's what I remember getting pelted in the head with a friggin' rock. And there's been a lot of rock stars and whatnot that's went down in planes and shit. Was it fucking Leonard Skinner? That's how he went, wasn't it? Lead singer and shit to that. Uh, yeah, this cat, when you stop petting her, she will grab your hand with her claw and try to pull it back to her head. I do not like that. She's always done that. Yeah, it's weird because I didn't really know what kind of cat this was. I found her beside the road in the darkness. Somebody threw her out of their car in the middle of about this time of year. It was below zero and she was just a little tiny kitten. I didn't know what it was running around at my feet in the darkness because there was no moon, no nothing. 'Cause it's like completely black. And I reached down to pick it up and it was her. And she wasn't even weaned. So I took care of her. I've still got her today. And when I shaved, I tried to put flea drops on her and I could not get to the skin. And I had to shave a patch of her fur to get to her skin on the back of her neck. And I noticed she got 3 coats of hair on this cat. And then when I finally got down to her skin, it's black. I've never seen a cat that has black skin, but these kitties do. My daughter trained this cat to go to the shower with her. For whatever reason, she did not like being in the shower by herself. She would take the cat, and to this day, the cat tries to run into the bathroom with you every time. Plus, she likes to lay in the bathtub because it's the coolest place in the house. Dude, I don't know. It's like I said, I found a guy in the Philippines that can get me some really nice stuff. And he said it's not legal, but they don't really pay attention because he's lighting the shit in the street. But I'll try to take it somewhere remote, like a beach somewhere. I think it'd be cool to celebrate the Fourth in a foreign country. They'd be like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Damn. A Pomeranian that would scream bloody murder every time he took a shit. For some reason, he acted like it was a horrible surprise every time he took a dump. And dog would scream out like something got a hold of his ass every time it took a dump. There wasn't nothing wrong with the dog, but just something about taking a shit would traumatize that dog every time. It's very strange. But it was just an odd little dog to start with. Damn, that dog lived to be like 20, 22 years old or something. Mine never gets in the shower, not the forest kitty, but I had a Burmese that would get in the shower with because it concerned him so bad when you pull back the shower curtain and he couldn't see you, he would get in there with you. And then he would stand in the water stream and give you shitty looks. I'm like, you decided to get in here. But I got used to soaping up the cat and washing it, and it would wait on me to pick it up with the towel and dry it off. I had got this old kitty from a cat breeder that sold Burmese cats, and it was one of the retired kitties. It was an older one, and they said I could just have it. So I took it home with me, and I had him for years. And he was the most loyal cat I think I've ever had. I just felt sorry for him because they didn't get much attention, where they were the old retired kitties. Yeah, I think mine does that just to stay cool, where they've got that triple coat. They get hot. You still with us, Pirate dude? He's got a little gray, I don't know, wildcat kind of fuzzball. It was cute watching it play with that bulldog of yours. Oh man, we've got like I think four solid white kitties with blue eyes, with little pink noses. They're cute as hell, but they're getting big. Stray cats show up here a lot, and we take care of them more or less. But it's gotten to a point of being ridiculous. Though it's like, well, this last month we bought 100 pounds of cat food. That's a lot of fucking cat food. I always wanted a Maine Coon, but I never got one. And as soon as my ex split up, she went and got a Maine Coon cat. I'm like, you knew I wanted one of those. Plus, she kept my cat, my Tigger cat. I miss him. He's my big fat orange tabby cat that I had. He was gigantic. Well, he still is. She still got him. We're on the second 40-pound bag now, and it's what, 18th or something like that. But we make sure they stay fat and well fed. Or it's the 20th. Take good care of them and stuff. Made them little houses and stuff that they could stay in when it's cold. So Just has the kid where I don't know what we'll do with their. We really don't know how to get rid of them. Don't really want to shoot them, but it's like, damn, how do you get rid of all these cats? There's like 18 of them, I think, in total. That's a lot of cats. There's a wide spot down below the driveway here, and people will pull off on this one lane country road and they get rid of their kitties. At the end of walking up the driveway, and boom, there's another kitty. And that's just how they accumulate. I guess cats are attracted to other cats. From now on, they're going to go to the shelter or something. But I know that the guy down there, all he does is take them out, and pop them with a 22. There is no animal shelter here. I've been in the gun store when the guy's buying the ammo. And he's talking about how many cats he's got to shoot. I'm like, ah, fuck. Oh, we don't, man. We take good care of the kitties who show up here, but there's a limit. It's definitely at that limit. Can't have any more. Hell, we've got one now that lives on top of the roof of the friggin' house. That's where it stays because it doesn't get along with the rest of the cats. So it's always on the roof of the house like fucking Snoopy or something. Yeah, I was like, shit, that's pretty brutal, but that's the way they do it down here, or the way he does it. Not really what you call an official animal shelter down here. It's just like some kind of an animal warden or whatnot, and they put her pretty much. You don't really see a lot of stray cats or dogs in the town at all because of that, but out farther in the country, you do. Yeah, it's fucked up. I had somebody run over a really pretty white cat right in front of me at my house in town. I just had stepped out of my house and closed the door behind me and looked across the street at the church. And there's this little, pretty Persian white cat. Well, it saw me and it acted like it was mine. And it just ran across the road to me. And this car went out of its way to hit that cat and kill it. And it was a beautiful cat, just run over it for no reason like that. I'm like, that is fucked up. I felt like, damn, if the cat hadn't have seen me, it wouldn't have got squished. But and people had plenty of time to stop, and they didn't. Yep, that's how my cootie coon is. I don't remember how old she is though. I never kept track of shit like that. My ex and stuff, she always knew when the cats were born, but I never kept track of it. I think she's about 8 or 9. I'm not sure. She's been around for a while. I think. Oh, good lord! The last I heard, my ex had a whole house full of different kind of animals of all different types, like a ridiculous amount in an apartment at one point. I think somebody said 17 or 18 different types of pets. Oh, that's cool, man. I had a cat and a dog pretty much all my life until I was about, mm, I think I was 18. So they were about 18 years old, both of them, before they died. But we had a strange thing happen where a plague cat showed up. They were indoor, outdoor animals, So this cat showed up at the house and it had big sores and shit on it. I don't know what was wrong with this cat, but it gotten into a fight with our cat, and it wasn't but like a week later, our both cat and dog was dead. Whatever that cat had where they were older, it killed them quick. I had that Persian for 18 years, that cat, and he was kick ass because he was solid black and he was mean as hell to other animals. I seen him ride a Doberman Pinscher on the dog's back, smacking it in the back of the head right down the road. Now that was funny as hell. That dog did not have any idea what had done got a hold of it, but it couldn't get away no matter how fast it ran because the cat was literally riding it, smacking it the back of the head. Damn, you still got some little kittens running around. And my little cat here, Cootie Cone, she's a small one, but all the rest of these are Burmese kitties, and they're all considerably overweight. I can literally hear them snoring across the room. Hell, my brother's got one cat that rarely leaves his room. It stays laying around in the bed all the time. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I bought at Pyro Alley. Have you seen those flip flop fish that you can buy? Those cat toys. I ordered one of those for mine, and they seem to like it, but it seems like it's a little bit too big. They're kind of scared of it too. It's got a motion sensor in it. It's like a stuffed fish full of catnip, and when they touch it, it'll flop its tail and shit. It's rechargeable, which is cool. All of these are gigantic fat, but they're happy. So, the way I see it, cats don't live long anyway, so let them be fat and happy. Although Junior is a little too fat. Ah, I tell you what, mine liked the best. They had this track ball that went around in a circle on these different rings. Now, especially my brother's cat Junior, he dearly loved this toy. He would guard it and not let anything near it. And my dad's dog was jealous of it and just chewed it into oblivion. That Australian Shepherd has really been a handful growing out of her puppy stage for the last year and a half. She's gotten a lot better, but she's still a puppy in a lot of ways. It's like the dog's dumb as dog shit, but she's smart as hell when it comes to being devious. Yeah, man, they always like the milk jug ring. I moved out a refrigerator to replace it. There was like 50 of them up under the front of that thing. I'm like, yo, oh, the cat toys. You know what's strange? My brother's cats, they like Yoo-Hoo for whatever reason. He can open one of the cans of Yoo-Hoo and them cats will come right to it. Who would think that they'd like chocolate drink? But yeah, they go nuts for that shit. I enjoy just sitting back and watching what cats do because some of the stuff is just crazy. They're funny. It's just this way they do shit sometimes, especially the way they interact with each other. Cats be laying there peacefully, happy as can be, and one will just knock the shit out of the other one for no apparent reason. You're like, what the hell brought that on? Yeah, as long as you don't step on one of those caps with your bare feet, you'll be doing all right. That shit might be a little on the painful side. Cats can be, cats can be total dicks, but they can be hilarious to watch some of the shits they do too. Especially these really fat ones when they try to make a jump and they totally misestimate it. That shit can be hilarious. Of course, they're going to take out whatever they land on, which can be devastating. My brother's in there playing his video game. He's into this shit hardcore. One of them cats come off the desk into his ashtray and it just blew shit everywhere, including his little stash that he had out in front of him, which got mixed into the ether and was never seen again. Yeah. Well, see, Burmese kitties again. They're just a special type of cat. They act like a dog, but they're really, really smart. They take their toys and they play with them, and they'll take their favorites and they'll put them back up. Uh, this one there, Blackie, he'll take his toys and hide them under the table and line them up against the wall when he's done playing with them, and then he'll go get the one he wants. That's what made me start buying the cat toys when I saw how much he took care of them and how much it meant to him. I was like, oh hell, I'll have to hook him up with something. I've been buying my brother's cat toys for years. Well, we had a mystery here with our dog. We found this one toy. It's like a cat. Shit, I can't remember the word. Crochet, like fabric kind of duck made over a plastic pop bottle, right? Everything else that we've tried, this dog just completely destroys, chews it up in a matter of seconds, or at least 20 minutes max. But this duck would take her usually a few weeks to completely unravel and chew on the remains and shit forever and drag it around with her. But they kept disappearing. It's like we couldn't find them anywhere, and she couldn't either. So the dog would get upset, ended up buying her another one, and then it would disappear, and then another. Come to find out, the dog was jumping up on top of the chair in the kitchen and dropping them in the trash can. And they were literally getting thrown out like that. She threw away her newest duck like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we solved the mystery of where her toys kept going. But if she sees the cats playing with anything, that dog will fuck it up. She gets jealous as hell. Yeah. I was telling them about your Burmese cats. They follow my brother around like a dog. These guys live a pampered life, though. Cootie Coon following him now. My cat's following him around, along with his cats. He's a damn Pied Piper of kitty cats right now. I tried a lot of stuff, man. One of the dog's favorites is it's like a stuffed animal, but it's only the butt, like the butt of a stuffed animal, and it's got like this flat thing that's supposed to be, last a long time. And maybe an afternoon, and she'd have that thing completely disintegrated. Now on the big rubber shoes, that shit like that it works, but it just gets so nasty. Yeah, cats do like to fish shit off of stuff just to watch it fall. I do believe it's funny that they do that. Well, sometimes it's not funny. I've had them. Oh shit! My big orange tabby I was talking about, he broke. I always like those plasma balls. The lightning balls or whatever you call them. I guess you just call them a plasma ball, but I had a collection of those, like a 30-inch one, and then a smaller one, and then I had a flame sculpture that had lightning and shit like that on it. And then I also had like one of those big round plates that has the different lightning, kind of like it's exactly the same thing that's behind the Borg's head in the Star Trek when they're in their little alcove thing. And he destroyed all of those. I think he just liked to hear the glass break. Well, really, it was where he was so fat that he would jump up on stuff and end up knocking it off. This dog here, man, it's just a complete baby, but she's so jealous that you can't pay anything else any attention, or she will go irritate it until it runs away. The dog has to be the center of everything. That's good to talk to you fellas too when y'all have a conversation. It's good to catch up, check in with people. It's been an interesting couple of years, has it not? Yeah, it probably did. Oh, I've got Schmauser, my dad's cat. She's laying over here beside me in a chair. And I got Cootie Coon at my feet now. I think one of them's across the room in the cat box. That's not good. That's good to see you guys are all still kicking. So how's things in your area? Is it still all shit, or is it normalizing, or what? Here it seems to be getting a little bit better, but it's hard to tell really. I know the local news will say that we're in the red one day, and the next day we're in gold, whatever the fuck gold means, and who knows. I tell you what's worse is over there in the Philippines, their restrictions and stuff is a lot stricter than what it is here. But they've had a hell of a lot less COVID, so I guess it's been effective if you think about it. But you can't go into a mall or shopping center or store or anything like that without a Vax card and stuff. And they went even as far as saying that like you had to have a shield between you and somebody else if you were riding a motorcycle with somebody, even if it was like your wife or girlfriend that you live with. There had to be a plastic shield attached to your motorcycle to separate you, which is ridiculous. You can imagine trying to ride with something like that on a bike. But yeah, that's a regulation there too, or it was. I think that one got dropped for obvious reasons, but on the buses and stuff like that, they're partitioned off with plastic. And if you're outside, even on the beach, you got to wear a mask. So they're very strict on that. There's a lot of people that's not even going until they get rid of a lot of those restrictions and shit because They're not putting up with it, and I don't think the government will keep them up for long because they need to. They wouldn't need to get the tourist money going. People are speculating. There's bloggers that make their entire career talking about this shit, about when the Philippines will open and this and that, and that's all they've talked about for like the last 2 years. And nobody that I saw said anything about it. And then all of a sudden, bam! All right, we're open now. It's like, what? Okay. Just kind of came out of the blue, which is good because I've been waiting on it. It's like shit. I am a cautious person, so I like to make sure that I have everything ready before I do anything like that. It takes time. But now you get a 30-day visa for tourism, and you can extend that to a 3-month visa, and then from a 3-month to a year. And if you want, you can stay 3 years, and then you have to leave the country and come back into the country if you want. And that's how that shit works. But you have to pay for your visa like each month for, I think it's like $35 or something from what I've seen. Each month you have to keep the visa up, and shit like getting a driver's license and stuff over there takes all day. It's just ridiculous how slow and drawn out everything is. It's going to take a lot of patience. That or get to know the right fixers and stuff, because there's people over there that can take care of pretty much anything if you pay them to. It's like driver's license and stuff like that. That whole process can just be eliminated with the right conversation. I haven't rode a bike in a very long time, man, but I'm going to have to get a bike to start with because I can't afford a car there. Everything seems to be cheap. Well, most things seem to be cheaper in the Philippines, but cars is not one of them. Cars are a little bit more expensive, and you really can't buy used because people don't take care of their shit there, like cars and stuff. They just most most of them don't see oil changes or maintenance, and for whatever reason, people want as much for them used as they cost when they bought them. So it's just not a good idea to buy a car there at all. But you can get a good price on a bike. I was thinking about getting a motor scooter, but I'm pretty heavy dude, and with another person, on the back, I'd have to have a hell of a big scooter. What are you talking about? Dudes can get pregnant. What? I don't even want to know about this, but all right. I've seen some guys that look like they were pregnant, but they were just fat. I don't know. The shit I see these days is just like, I guess every generation looks back at the last and goes, "God damn, that was fucked up," or the new generation. But the stuff that I see today with this, I don't know what you call them, alphabet people, maybe. I mean, there's more genders and names and shit for stuff than I can keep track of. You'd almost have to have a fucking encyclopedia to be able to talk to these people. Not that you'd want to talk to these people. It's like, my God, what the hell happened? I can't stop one. Well, man, I can get a. I was thinking about getting a Yamaha 250. I saw one of those that I like. It's black with red rims and shit. It's a nice bike for about. I think it was about $1,800 US. So that's not a bad price for a Yamaha 250 like that. That or a Honda. I don't know. I see so many different shit. I'm like, what? Now there's some people saying that they're rope. They identify sexually as a fucking robot, whatever that means. And then all these other shits and pronouns and stuff. I'm just like, what? I mean, damn. Not that I care, but yeah, it shit's just gotten weird. Hell, I made the mistake of telling this one chick I was watching her channel on here that she had a cute pig. And it was literally her dressed up like a fucking cat with cat ears and whiskers and shit. And that's what I mean. Is she acts like all offended because I'm hitting on her, saying she's cute. I'm like, you had a cute pic. I didn't say anything about you being cute. And this bitch went on for 30 minutes about this shit. And I'm just like, chill. I'm gone. Women these days can get away with just about doing or saying anything, but a man even looks at a chick funny, she gonna have him arrested. Yeah, there you go. Well, might as well, man. The rest of these people are making this shit up as they go along. That sounds like a good idea if I were dude. I just identify as a rich motherfucker. Give me my money. Oh shit. There's old Daisy Dog now. As I call her, the spotted hound. You know that Sarah McLaughlin commercial that comes on about the animal abuse and all that shit. Every time that clip comes on the TV, I grab this dog and I wrestle the shit out of it. I'm like, ah, there's a dog being abused right here, right now. I'll make him honest. That dog hears that song now and she runs. Nah, this dog likes to fight and wrestle. She's a big old brute. Dude, I tell you, a phenomenon that I run into with women these days is what I call or what is called a 49er. These women that are fours that walk around thinking they're nines and their demands are ridiculous. It's like, are you serious? I'm like, I thought I was being nice just by talking to you, and you want to be treated like what? Okay, never mind. It's like these women are way overvaluing themselves. It's like, shit, are you serious? Like, you should be happy I'd even talk to you. Pretty much the way you got to treat it, man. Oh, but it's just not worth it. Not here, not in the West. That's why I'm going across the other side of the world to date. Women over there don't mind being women. They're still feminine, and it's just different than it is here. If you ever seen the way a Filipino woman takes care of her husband, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is a completely different experience. it's hard to get their opinion on anything though, because it's always whatever you want there, and it's just like, which is cool in some ways, but in some ways it's not because you want to get their input on shit. But it's always like they always defer to what you want, and it's like, I don't like that. Well, it's just weird for you get used to the way women act here, like a bunch of idiots. Then you have some that actually want to, make you happy and whatnot, and it's just different experience. The hell you want? I got my shit facing the computer. Sweet. I ain't gonna get you on. My brother's worried about me getting him on camera. I'm like, I don't even have it pointed that way. I mean, they will follow you, which is cool. At least you don't have to put up with that, but just have to make sure that you're somebody being worth following, I guess. Oh, the dogs are trying to attack the cat. What the hell's the dog doing? Trying to get the kitty? What'd the cat do? Ah, all right. A dog assaulted the cat or something. I don't know what happened. Down the hallway. It's just different, man. I noticed that when I started watching some Filipino channels and stuff on here, that like the women with the way they treated their husbands was just a whole lot better. And I'm like, that's the way it should be. Of course, they expect you to have your shit together too. Take it easy, Jameson. Thanks for stopping by and bullshit. Oh shit, it's one. Oh, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I better call it a night myself, guys. Well, man, I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out, talking a little bit of shit. We talked about all kinds of crazy stuff. Didn't really get into much pyro, but it was good to catch up with you guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys around, man. Pyro, dude, I appreciate it. I really do, man. You know what I mean. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Oh shit! How do I turn this off? All right.